headset and stuff on.
All right, everybody, welcome to Logan's Candies, you guys. My name is Jerry. I'm going to talk you through the demonstration this afternoon. What we have here is a mixture of sugar water and corn syrup. Been cooking for about 45 minutes. All right, I poured it on the table. This now is a little bit over 320 degrees. So we're just trying to cool it down. We're going to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of color. And then in about 20 minutes, we'll be on the table here pulling out some candy canes. How many of you guys here for the very first time? Never seen this before? How many first timers? If you can push that door, that's the open. That would be the greatest best. Thank you. How many returning veterans? 2, 3, 10, 12 times? Can't get enough, right? So I like that. Well, welcome everybody. Nothing like waiting until the last minute to get here, right? So this is the same recipe we've been using at Logan since 1933. Same recipe, same marble slab, same hook on the wall, same stove, same heater. I've not been here quite that long, although I got here this morning at about, I think about 8:45, maybe 9.
Materials, all of this has they've been using since 1996 or something like that.
All right, so you can see here I've divided it into 2 pieces here. The smaller piece on my left is going to be the red or the stripe of the candy cane. The bigger piece on the right will be the white part or the flavored part of the candy cane. We're going to add a little bit of color to it here.
Hey, this is the cool part, the color.
I'm going to put on the red gloves here. Now I also do haircuts. I see a few of these guys out front here that can use the cut. This is the only style I do right there. Happy to help you out. The balding is all I can do, but happy to help you. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of color to it now. No flavor whatsoever yet. This will just be color only. We're going to be adding a gel or a paste-based color. If you use a water-based color, it kind of makes the sugar dissolve a little bit. Makes the candy cane sticky, so we're going to use a gel or a paste-based coloring this afternoon. And then we'll add the flavor to it in just a minute here. So I'm going to mix that in here for just a couple minutes. Then we'll show you how we're going to work with this bigger piece here, add the flavor to it, and turn it white. So we're going to be making our traditional peppermint candy canes today, which are the red and white. Those are by far our #1 selling candy cane at Christmas time. That's what we're going to be making with a peppermint flavor. So Logan's has been in downtown since 1933. Originally we were out on Euclid Avenue about 2 blocks north on Euclid, just north of the Granada Theater on the west side. We moved down to this location here in 1953. We've been here ever since. And about 17 years ago we opened up on that side, and this little side over here about 4 years ago. Trying to give you guys a little more room out there. Now this is the same recipe we use for our candy cane and ribbon candy. We just shape it, flavor it, and color it a little bit different. At one point, we actually had 25 different flavors of ribbon. We're down to 5 or 6. Yeah, I think even just 7 days ago, we still had all 25 flavors. Now, if you guys get a chance to come back for the other holidays, like for instance Valentine's Day, with candy canes that are shaped like hearts, they come in 2 different flavors, peppermint and cinnamon. Red, white, and pink is peppermint. Red, white, pink, and lavender is cinnamon. Now you do have to be very, very careful with our candy cane hearts. If you were to take one and drop it and break it, you would end up with a
Broken.
broken heart. We don't want that, Logans. And if you get a chance to come down for St. Patty's Day, we do candy canes that are green and white. Not only the traditional candy cane shape, but also in the shape of the 3-leaf clover. Those are green apple flavored candy canes. And then for Easter or springtime, we make a pastel colored candy cane. We do a little bit different shape on that one.
Candy cane's gonna
We do an oval egg shape. We do candy cane bunny heads. They come with peppermint and pink lemonade. And then for Mother's Day, we make a yellow, lavender, and pink candy cane. And we make hearts and butterflies for Mother's Day. And then for 4th of July, we make them what colors?
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue for 4th of July and Memorial Day. And we've got the red just about mixed in here now, so I'm going to take it over the heater. Let somebody keep it nice and warm for us. All right, so we're going to take that over the heater here. Let Sydney keep it nice and warm for us. Okay. All right, so remember, no flavor at all yet, so now we're going to add a little flavor to it. We're going to add the triple distilled peppermint flavor. You'll see how that's going to happen here in just a minute or so. I'm not sure if you guys can see this little vial right here. Sydney's going to have me. That little vial right there has a very small amount of liquid. That is triple distilled peppermint flavor. That is less than 1/4 of an ounce there. That's all it takes to flavor the entire batch. Now, luckily, it doesn't take too much because it does run about $500 a gallon. But remember, a gallon goes a long, long way. So I'm going to mix that in like we did the color here for a couple minutes. Then we'll show you how we're going to turn this piece nice and white. Now when we turn this white here, we are going to turn it white all naturally. You'll see how this happens here in just a couple minutes. Wouldn't matter if there were flavor added to it or not, it would still turn white. Now it does happen rather quickly, so you want to keep your eye on the big blob up here. This is the part of the job where I feel very needed. All right, watch carefully here. Here we go. Keep your eye on the big blob up here, not me, the big blob on the slab. And there it is, you guys. Thanks for coming. Merry Christmas. Now, I'm not sure if you can smell the flavor yet, but you will smell it here in just a minute if you don't now. All right, we're going to do a little camera change here. So watch very carefully here. We're going to put it up on the hook, and this is how we're going to make the candy cane turn nice and white.
Like hair right now.
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is adding a little bit of air to the candy cane, very similar to the way you would whip egg whites. Also the stretching of the molecule, that's what causes the candy cane to turn nice and white. Remember, we've got a 20-pound batch here. I got about 17 pounds on the hook with the white part, and then Sydney's got about 3 pounds of the red, keeping it nice and warm over there for us.
Workout though.
That's right. This is what we call Jerry's Gym, also known as my holiday health spot. Yeah, we don't have to go to the gym this time of year. Careful, guys, that window there. Let's be honest, I don't go to the gym much any time of the year. Although I do drive by the gym a lot, it's right next door to my favorite donut shop. Now, how many of you guys saw the movie Tangled? Anybody see that movie?
Yep.
Doesn't that kind of look like Rapunzel's hair there?
Yeah.
We're pretty sure the guys that did the graphics on that movie came here as kids. Watch us make the candy canes. That's where they came up with that idea. So we had our lawyers mail them a letter asking for a mere 1% of the proceeds. Got no response whatsoever.
Is it heavy?
About 17 pounds here. It is a little bit heavy. Now you'll notice as it gets lighter and lighter, it kind of starts to look like Elsa's hair from Frozen. And we all know that that movie made like, what, $1 billion? So we had our lawyer write a demo letter also, asking in this case for a 0.5%. Got no response from them either. Because my wife keeps telling me, she says, honey, just let it go. And you can see it just continues to get lighter and lighter with each and every pull. All right, just a few more pulls there, and we'll put it all together. All right, looks pretty good to me. Let's take it over the heater and put it all together.
Oh, now it's light.
Big direct thing here is our gas flame heater. We're not trying to hide anything. We're just trying to keep the candy nice and warm. I'll show you what we're doing back here in just a minute. In the meantime, if you'll take a look at the candy canes up there on the window, you'll notice that they all have 5 little stripes and 1 big stripe. That is kind of our trademark here in Logan's. Now I'm going to take about half the red that we added the color to in the front window. So this first piece that I'm going to show you right here, this is going to make up our 5 little red stripes.
Oh, look at that, look at
just
that.
like you see on the candy canes there. That will be our 5 little red stripes there. Now since we're making Peppermint, our big stripe is going to be a red stripe. And being that this guy is big and red, we like to nickname him Big Red. I thought of that myself. Just came to me one night. And then what Sydney's working on right here is a giant breath mint. That's actually going to be the middle or the center of the candy cane. And you'll see in just a couple minutes here how it all pulls together. Now this first piece here, I'm stretching it out. When I get it just the right length, we're then going to cut it into 5 equal pieces. That will make up our 5 little stripes. It's the same stripe pattern we've been using here since 1933. So if you guys don't mind helping me out here tonight, we're going to start out as always with stripe number. Very good. And after stripe number 1, next will be stripe number 2. And following stripe number 2, next will be stripe number 3. Very good. Following closely behind number 3, next will be stripe number 4. Very good. You guys can count. Excellent. Number 4. And last but not least, our final stripe will be number 5. Now if you guys will watch right here very carefully, you can take a look at these stripes I put together here. Here's our 5 little stripes, kind of a blanket of stripes if you will. There's our 5 white stripes.
Oh, that's good.
You guys see that there? We're going to put that right on top of the old block there, which I showed.
Yeah.
Now we're going to ask you guys to use a little bit of your imagination. If I added a little bit of blue and some stars here, what will we have? That's right. Come back for the 4th of July batch and we'll let you take a look at that one. Also Memorial Day. Then we're going to take our other stripe, also known as
Big Red.
Big Red. We're going to put it right here on the other side of the block, just like that. So now as you can see here on this side here, we have our 5 little stripes on this side right here. You guys will see that there? And then on this side right here, we have our 1 big stripe. Any bowlers out there? Anybody bowl? Maybe you can take that down the lanes. How about any baseball or softball players? Maybe you can ask Santa for a big giant candy cane bat. How about a big giant Thanksgiving turkey like that? I'm sorry, Christmas. What am I thinking of? Or how about this one? When I was younger, I played a little piano and trumpet. Now I just play the 5-string. Or maybe this one here, a big giant fish or whale with a candy cane tail. Of course, it just looks like a big giant candy cane to me. Put that right there for a little later. All right, if you guys will watch right here very carefully, I'm going to begin to pull this out here. Give it a little pull.
That was this tall.
Give it a little tug. Give it a little stretch. More pulling, more tugging, more stretching. Just more stretching, more pulling. And if you watch very carefully, it gets just about the right length and thickness. We're going to give it a little twist here. And right before your very eyes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have the candy cane. Here we go, a little cut, a little roll, and a little bit at the other end. Let's all give a big round of applause for candy cane number 1. Thank you very much, thank you. Now this size candy cane right here is actually the smallest size candy cane that we make here at Logan's. And if we continue to make just this size right here throughout the entire batch, by the time we're done, we are going to fill up this entire candy cane full of, table I should say, full of candy canes. You can see down in the end there how she's starting to stack them in a row. We're going to stack them row after row after row. We're going to fill the table all the way up to right about here by me. If we make just this size only, we will make about 400 candy canes this size out of this one batch. Now that's the part where you're supposed to go, whoa, that's a lot of candy canes. Now we do this process well over 250 times throughout October, November, and December. And by sometime tomorrow, we'll have made in the neighborhood about 95,000 to possibly over 100,000 candy canes, one by one, like you're watching now. Now this size candy cane right here is actually the smallest size we make here at Logan. And like I said, this size right here will make about 400 candy canes. Now as you can see here, we do work kind of in an assembly line. I work right here in position number 1. I pull the candy cane, making me the candy cane puller. Right here in position number 2, our daughter Abby will do 2 jobs. First off, she'll roll the candy cane, making her the candy cane roller. Then she'll hook the candy cane, making her the candy cane bender. And then down at the end we have Amy. I'm sorry, yes, Amy stacking the candy cane. Oh, Megan, I'm so sorry. Megan stacking the candy canes, making her the candy cane stacker. Soon somebody will come out of the back room to bag the candy canes, making them, of course, the candy cane bagger. And if it happens to be our oldest employee, who's my mother-in-law, I'd have to give her the title of the old bagger. Oh, look there. Now, as you can see, we're all staying busy. I have one job left, but if we can get some volunteers from out there, we can use your help. Anybody out there like to help us out? Great, because in the back room, there's a whole bunch of dirty dishes. Now, what we need is somebody to help us sample or taste test these candy canes. Come on, moms and dads, through the street. Everybody, let's get those hands up there. No hand, no sample. All right, you want to put your hands down. We're going to cut everybody a nice warm sample and bring it right out to you. Now this press right here we're breaking out, this is one of the few machines that we use here at Logan. This press is about 95 to 100 years old. We've been using it here at Logan since 1933. Abby's going to demonstrate it for us. We like to call her the press shop.
Yeah, that's actually nice.
Let's see if she can do that again. More sample. All right, you guys stay right where you are. I'm going to bring everybody out a nice warm sample. Remember, they are slightly warm, but they are certainly not hot. So don't be afraid to take it right out the tray, put it right in your mouth. Just don't bite right down and just kind of eat it like you would a jawbreaker. So stay right there, guys. I know there's a big crowd. We'll try to get to everybody as quick as possible. I'm not sure if you guys noticed this big giant candy cane on the wall up here behind me. Yes, it is a real candy cane. Not only is it a tremendously large candy cane, it is actually the world's largest 100% handmade candy cane. That candy cane is over 36 pounds in weight. It is over 16 feet long. And it's actually going to be 23 years old this year tomorrow, actually on December 24th. But I'll tell you what, you guys have been very patient tonight. So in just a few minutes, we're going to get out the ladder, and for $1 each, we're going to let you come up and take a lick and make sure it's still good. Also, I'm not sure if you guys know the story or the history behind the candy cane. We certainly love to share that story with you. You know, most people think the candy cane is just an insignificant piece of Christmas candy. But actually, the gentleman who invented the candy canes in the United States, sometime around the mid-1800s. He was trying to come up with a single piece of candy that would tell the entire Christmas story all in that one candy. Now, if you take any one of our cans any size and you hold it up in the traditional shape, you'll notice it looks kind of like the shepherd's staff, which is done to remind us of Jesus' staff as a shepherd. If you take that same candy cane and turn it upside down, now becomes the letter J. Of course, the letter J standing for Jesus. But as you guys know, the true meaning and celebration of Christmas is actually the celebration of the birth of Christ. Now, everything in the candy cane has a meaning, all the way from the white part of the cane, standing for the purity of Christ, the red, the blood of Christ, the stripes he took on the cross for us, the hardness of the cane, the flavor, the shape, everything has a meaning. In fact, I do have the entire candy cane story a little down here by the register. There are free copies. Feel free to grab a copy or two. It's a great way to share the story with others and let them know the true meaning behind the candy cane also. Now, in just a minute, we're going to give you guys a chance to shape or bend the candy cane. Let me explain how that's going to happen. We have a very large crowd here, so please, if everybody can just stay put where you are for just a couple minutes. We're going to start exchanging the tickets for a warm candy cane down here on the end first. Once those people start to move out of the way or thin out, there'll be plenty of room. We're going to do this for over 45 minutes. There's plenty of time for you guys to shape or bend the candy cane. Remember, you can do whatever you want. Shape it like a cane, bend it like a circle, an S, a J, or just eat it right away, because my recommendation is just to eat it right away, because that's the way to taste the best. So wait right there, guys, and we'll start giving out the warm candy canes. So stay right where you are. Those of you that do not have a ticket, you're going to have to go to the far side over here. Once the crowd starts to disperse a little bit, you have plenty of time, about 45 minutes, to shape or bend the candy cane. So remember, bend it very slowly, but you must bend it right away. Do not roll the candy cane like we do, because it'll get too hard and cold. When you go to shape or bend it, it's going to crack or break. Remember, if you don't taste the same, if it cracks or breaks. My recommendation, like I said, is just to eat it right away. It's always the best when it's nice and warm.